Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Have you subscribed yet? Because over 65% of you watch me but don't subscribe. So please, go on, just click guys and click notifications and then you'll catch up on what I do. Now if I look like I'm crying, I'm not. I've just peeled the worst onions ever. Oh my God, my eyes absolutely stung and I had to do 2 of them. So yeah, they do feel a little bit like puffy at the moment. But hey ho. As promised in my last video, I'm going to do some sides for a curry tonight. I love a curry. We used to have a curry house in our local village, but it burnt down the November before last and hasn't been rebuilt yet, although it will be apparently. So can't just nip out to get a curry, a takeaway, and we don't get them really delivered here that often. So I tend to bulk make my curries in advance, and hubby loves lamb, I love chicken, so I tend to make 2 and then just put them into containers and freeze them, and it's perfect. So last night I took out a lamb and took out a chicken curry, so they're in the fridge now, they've defrosted lovely. I'm gonna have some rice with it, but you know what, it's always nice to have some side dishes as well, because you know, it's a curry. But I'm on a mission, aren't I? 2020 Simwell journey, so I'm not going to get shop bought, because I want to make sure I can protect my sin values that I'm going to have during the day. So far today I've had no pois in syns, which is fabulous. So I can afford to, you know, have a few now. And I'm going to use them wisely though. The only syns I'm going to use on this dinner tonight are going to be in samosas. And that is purely based on the fila pastry. So I'll pop down here for you the sin value of fila. It's not very high at all. I'm not going to be using any ghee, not going to be using any oils or anything for what I'm doing. So everything else will be free except for my fila pastry. So at the moment, I've got some potatoes which I've just peeled and cubed, and they're on the ball at the moment. Now I'm going to use those for 2 of my dishes. I'm going to make 3 dishes today, side dishes on top of the curry. The first one I'm going to make is a sagaloo. Second one is samosas, and third one onion bhajis. So it's going to be a really nice feast this evening, hence why I was chopping onions. So the potatoes will do for the samosas and the sagaloo. I'm only doing enough for us, hopefully. I'm hoping I haven't gone mad, because again, next week I want to do SP week, so I don't want any temptation. Although I could freeze it, it's not a problem, but say I'm just trying to keep my portion controls down. So I'm hopefully just peeled enough potatoes to make the sagaloo and the bhajis, not the bhajis, oh, what am I talking about, and the samosas. Okay, so I'm going to cook those off. I'm going to take out, just before they thoroughly get cooked, my sagaloo potatoes, and leave the rest of the potatoes for, because I want my samosa potatoes slightly softer than I want my sagaloo potatoes. It will all make sense. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do now is start frying off some of the spices ready for the sagaloo, and then we can get that going. Okay, so let's pop out to the cooker. Okay, so I've got here my Berghoff pan. I'm just going to turn it on. Okay, and I'm going to add in a little bit of chilli fry light. Can you see that? Okay, just to give it a nice bit of spice, but also, say not stick. These pans don't really stick, but I just want to add in a bit of oil. That's what I'm trying to say, guys, with a bit of flavour in it. So the first thing I'm doing, as I said, is I'm going to look at doing my sagaloo. So my onions I've chopped here into sort of chunks to go with the potatoes that will go in. Okay, so I'm just going to cook those off for a minute, just until they start to cook. Right, so they've started getting a little bit sort of translucent, so I'm going to start adding the spices and garlic and ginger. So I'm going to put lots of garlic, because I love garlic. I'm going to put a bit less in if you want, and it's lazy garlic if you know me. I'm going to put a teaspoon rather of lazy ginger. There we go. And then I'm going to put some black mustard seeds, about a teaspoon again. I'm going to put in a teaspoon actually half a teaspoon I'm going to use of turmeric. You don't need a lot of turmeric. Spread it all around. There we go. And then last but not least, I'm going to put in some cumin seeds. Okay, so I'm using seeds, not the ground cumin, because I want the texture. Okay. I'm just going to give that a mix and just cook that off. Oh, smells absolutely amazing. Oh, look at that. Really nice. Look at the colour. Can you see? That is just, oh, fabulous. So I'm now going to add half a chopped chilli. I couldn't think what it was called then. Now what I do with my chilies, I buy them fresh, but then I put them in the freezer so that whenever I do need chilies, I've always got them there. You can use, obviously, dried ginger if you want to, sorry, dried chilli if you want to, but sometimes having the actual fresh is nice because you get the colour as well, so you get the added red here that you'd normally get if you'd use the dried. Okay, I'm just going to mix that up. Now what I'm going to do is just drop in a little bit of water there. Okay. Just because I want to take all that flavour off the bottom. Yeah, look at that. I mean, seriously, guys. Doesn't that look lush? Okay. Right. Now, my potatoes aren't quite cooked, so it's not a problem because I'm making quite a few dishes here and I want to try and get them all cooked at a similar time. So next thing I'm going to go on to is my onion barges. So what I'm going to do is just going to take these and I'm going to put them in a bowl and start my barges. Now with your barges, obviously you don't need to cook them in the pan now because you're going to be cooking them in the oven. But I want to build up a nice spicy base. So I've got a teaspoon there of my garlic. I'm going to add into it some ground coriander this time. So I don't want the necessary texture of the seeds. Okay, so I've got some ground coriander there. I want some ground cumin there. I'm going to add some turmeric. A little bit of turmeric. I'm going to put in some garam masala. Okay. And then last but not least, a little bit of chilli. Okay. She says if she can open the chilli jar. If she can. About enough chilli for that one. Okay, I'm just going to cook that off a minute, just to get those spices going. Okay, fabulous. Okay, right. I'm now going to add just a tad of water to build a paste up. Keep adding till, I don't want it to be too liquidy, it's one made in a little bit at a time. Just keep adding till you get a nice consistency. Ooh, more steamy there. Okay, probably just a little bit too much, but it's okay because I'm going to cook it down a little bit. Okay, so while that's cooking down, I'm going to add in my onions at this stage. Okay. All I want to do is coat these onions with those spices. So while that liquid's cooking down with it, what it should do, in theory, if I've done it right, just breaking it up, is coating that. So I want every part of my onion coated. It smells lovely. If you could have smell-o-vision, guys, oh, make a fortune. These onions are strong though, they are really hurting my eyes. I said I'm not looking to cook these onions, I'm just looking to get them just infused with the flavours, okay? The cooking is going to happen in the oven. Just make sure they're all broken up as well, so every bit has a bit of flavour attached to it. Just looks so nice, doesn't it? Just have that on its own, couldn't you? You don't need to make it into the bhaji. Right, so now I'm going to take this off and leave this to cool, because what I want to do when it's cool is mix an egg in it to help bind it into the bhaji shape that I want. So I'm going to take this off now, and I'll show you what I do next when it's cooled down. Right, so we're back now at the sagaloo. So I'm just turning my heat on my pan again, and this has still got all the flavours in from the onions for the bhajis, and which I want to keep. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to scoop some of the potatoes in from the saucepan next to me, which has just been cooking away. Okay. Hopefully even enough for my bhajis, enough for sagaloo. Okay, that's fine. Just gonna move that around the pan so it picks up some of the flavours that were left behind. So can you see the potatoes have changed colour already? So that looks lovely. Okay, fantastic. I'm just going to leave that for a second while I get my onions, and I'm going to pop my onions back in. Give them a good mix. Okay. Now a good sagaloo obviously needs one more ingredient. Has to be spinach. So I've got my spinach here. I'm just going to pop it in. Now what I'll do is I'll just add this amount in for now. Let's see what it looks like when it melts down, and then if I want to add more into it I can. But it's all about stirring it and just letting it wilt naturally. With stirring now because I think everything is coated, so I'm just going to put the lid on that. Okay, just to allow the spinach to wilt down and keep some of the moisture in there. Okay, and I'll show you that when it's done. Okay, so that's done. So I'm just going to pop that in a oven-proof dish just to keep warm while I start on everything else. Right, so I'm next going to get ready for my samosas. So my samosas, I need onions. I need some garam masala, not too much because I've not got a lot of ingredients here. I need some hot chilli, I also want some ground cumin. I'll do that in a minute. put some turmeric and some ground coriander in. Okay. And then obviously you need a bit of chilli and some garlic into that. So let's get that in there. Need to give it a little bit of a cook off. Now with the others, because I want to get the cooked spice from the sides to get into this dish as well, I'm going to add a little bit of water. I'm just going to scrape the sides because all this loveliness is going to go into samosas. Look at that, isn't that lovely? And just a tad of water. It's not for the faint-hearted, all these spices tonight. Okay. You see? All off the sides of the base. Right, just check my potatoes because I want them really soft and they are perfect. So I'm going to pop these straight into this pan, and they're broken all up because that's exactly how I need them. Okay, I'm overcooked for this. Now there's a bit of potato water going in. All my potato. Okay, let's get rid of that pan. Right, I'm just going to quickly give that a mix and try and mash up the potato at the same time. Okay. As you can tell, guys, none of this takes really a lot of time, you know. And then I'm just going to pop in some peas, which is frozen peas, and they're still frozen a little bit, but they will defrost as I'm mixing. Okay, and that is literally my samosa mix. So I now need to make the parcels up with that. Just making sure I get all those flavours from the outside. How cool is that, guys? There we go. Right, let's go and make the samosas. Right, so I've got my pastry here. Now I'll be honest, it didn't get treated very well in the freezer, so it isn't in great shape. But I'm hoping I will still be able to use it for this, okay? Because I'll be disappointed if I can't, and it's a waste of pastry. So I've just been soaking it with a bit of water, like a tea towel on top, just to see if I can get some pliability into it. Okay, so we may fail here miserably, guys. Let me just see what I can do. Right, let me see if I can peel stuff. It's not peeling great, but I'm not going to waste pastry. So we will make a samosa of sorts, all right? So this is real TV, real life. It goes wrong sometimes. So I'm going to pop my filling there. Okay. Now what you'd normally do is you go like that to get your triangle. Okay, and then you would fold it again like that to get another triangle, and like that. But because I haven't got full pastry here, I'm going to have to use a couple of sections, rather, not segments, and sort of give it a go, all right? But at least it stops me wasting this, okay? So it sort of looks like a triangle, doesn't it? Okay, so let's pop that on a baking tray, which I've sprayed with Fry Light, and let's see if I can get another one out of this. Okay, so here's my next sheet. It's not even a sheet, it's a part of a sheet, okay? We'll start in the corner because we're ever hopeful to get a triangle, aren't we? Okay, So we're gonna try and get it across, and then we will do what we can with the pastry. You must have this at home where you think, oh, I've really stored it really well, and then it just falls apart. Phyllo is so delicate. I could go to the shop and get some more and then pretend to you that I planned this all along, or I could just be real, and I'm going to be real. So again, let's just do that, do that, do that, tuck that in, and then do that. So I have got 2 lovely triangles. Okay, I've got some more pastry here like this, look. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm not going to waste it, because I've also got some of this left. So do you know what I'm going to make? I'm going to make little pies, because this actually on its own is fine. That's it. So I'll show you what I'm going to do with that and my leftover phyllo in a minute, but let me finish off the samosas I have got here. Right guys, can I just say this, right? Just found some little squares of phyllo that I just put to one side, and I thought I'm not going to waste it. So I've just popped some of the ingredients in and made a little roll. So all I did was a little bit of the filling and just rolled it. How cool is that? So you've got a little snack. You'll obviously have to sin it because it's phyllo, but I'm not going to waste this phyllo pastry that's in squares. Well, it's not even squares, it's rectangles. So just pop it in and roll. Look at that. Wasn't planned to do that tonight, but there we go. If anybody asks, I planned this all along, all right? That's what I love about my cooking. I just make it up as I go along. Got a bit of seepage on that one, but who cares? Right, let's see how many more squares I can get out of. Look, let me see. Right, okay, so these are now done. That's loaded in the back door, but I'm just going to spray them with butter spray light, fry light even, and then I'm going to put those in the oven to bake. I will turn them over and fry light them again on the other side, so, and I'll show you what that come out like. Right, okay, so this is my onion mix from my barges. I'm just going to add in an egg to that. And then I'm going to just give it a good mix. There probably is too much egg for this onion actually. But hey, who cares? Okay, and then all I'm going to do is spoon that into some mini muffin trays, which I've greased with the chilli fry light. I'm just going to pop these in. Right, so they're going to go in the oven for about 15 minutes to bake as well, and hopefully it should all come together, and I'll show you at the end. Just want to quickly show you, that's the leftover potato mix from the samosas, which I've just stuck the leftover phyllo on. I'm just going to spray that with the fry light, the butter fry light, and I will bake that, and then I can freeze that in the oven. Freeze it in the oven? Freeze it in the freezer. And it'll be great as something to go to quickly in the future. There you go. Okay, so here are my samosas and my little, what do I call them? Chinese Indian fusion spring rolls. Yeah, okay. It's the filling from the samosas wrapped in the phyllo. These are my barges. Didn't really come out as well as I'd like them. They're more like a bargee muffin, but they're still really delicious. And obviously they are sin-free. Which is great. This is hubby's lamb curry with some rice, which I made a while ago in the slow cooker and then froze it. And here's my sagaloo, which is really nice. Everything here is really spicy, by the way, guys, so not for the faint-hearted. and this is my curry. It's like a biryani, which I made again a few weeks ago and froze it. So I'm looking forward to this. All I need now is to get my hubby along, and we'll enjoy this. So I'll catch you later. Right, hello. Well, dinner last night was lovely, very spicy, which was perfect. I did overdo the portions, so we have a lot of the sagaloo in the freezer now. The samosas we didn't actually have because we had the rolls, and they worked out really nicely actually. They're almost like something you can have for a party food. It was quite nice. So I've got a couple of those left, which I will take to work tomorrow because they're very little syns, so there might be a nice little snack. And then the onion bhaji, which I'm now going to say onion bhaji muffins, because there's obviously too much egg for the onion, were lush as well. So they're coming with me tomorrow as well because they are free, and there's only a couple left, about 3 left. So yeah, they're going to be in my lunchbox tomorrow as well. So yeah, and the little pie, of course, I made is in the freezer for a day when I just want to take some out and have some quick, because whilst the potato is sin free, the phyllo pastry will be sinned, but not very much, because again, that's really low sin pastry. So yeah, I was really chuffed with that. Well, hopefully you enjoyed that and you'll give it a go. And don't forget, guys, if you do like what I do, don't forget you need to subscribe, get notifications, and give me a thumbs up. My next video is going to include my weigh-in results for this week. I'm hoping the scale's going to be really kind to me. I've done easy XP for the last 2 weeks now, with the exception of weekends. But the rest of the time I've been really good. I've been on track with syns, I've been out with friends, and I've kept myself on track. Doing dry January, so I've not got any hidden syns in alcohol. So I think I've done really well so far. You know, it's coming to the end of January. I'd love to get more than £9 for the whole month, but I don't know. Let's see what the scales say. Okay, guys, so I will catch you later. Don't forget, if you want to know how my journey is going, you're going to have to click subscribe even. Yeah, I'll catch you soon. Take care. Thank you for watching. Bye.